If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. That ancient truth by Sun Tzu isn't just for generals or warriors. It's a timeless law of strategy that echoes through every corner of life. Whether you're navigating corporate politics, dealing with a difficult negotiation, or facing down personal adversity, there's a secret path to power. It doesn't begin with flexing your strength or boasting about your victories. No, the path to invincibility begins by appearing weak. Let me take you back to a time when China was a patchwork of warring states. The air was thick with betrayal, ambushes, and cunning moves behind every battle flag. In this chaotic era lived a military strategist named Sun Tzu. He wasn't the biggest, the loudest, or the most aggressive, but he was the most cunning. And in the battlefield of the mind, that made him unstoppable. One of his greatest tactics was simple yet brilliant. Appear weak when you are strong. To many, it sounded like cowardice, but to Sun Tzu, it was a way of controlling the enemy. You see, when you make your opponent believe you're vulnerable, you invite them to make the first move. And in doing so, they reveal their strategy, their weaknesses, and their arrogance. This is when you strike. In one famous tale, Sun Tzu was leading a much smaller army. The enemy, confident in their superior numbers, advanced recklessly, but Sun Tzu ordered his men to fake retreat. They left weapons behind, scattered supplies, even left campfires burning with no soldiers in sight. To the enemy, it was a sign of collapse. They laughed. They feasted. And then, when night fell, they were surrounded and destroyed. Sun Tzu's weakness was a mask, and behind it was a mind sharper than any sword. But why does this work so well? Because human nature underestimates the meek. We're trained to react to power, to rise against it, challenge it, resist it. But when something looks broken, quiet, or scared, we lower our guard. We turn our backs. We stop being alert. That's when the strategist moves. This tactic doesn't just live on battlefields. Fast forward to the modern world. Picture a quiet man in a boardroom, saying little while others boast. He listens. He observes. He lets others underestimate him. And when the time is right, he speaks. And what he says changes the entire direction of the meeting. That's Sun Tzu in action. Appearing weak buys time. It creates space. It draws attention away from your true intentions. In chess, this is called a gambit, a deliberate sacrifice to lure your opponent into a trap. In negotiation, it's called anchoring low, letting others think you want less so you can gain more. In everyday life, it might be as simple as letting someone else feel superior while you steer the outcome from behind the scenes. But here's the real brilliance of this strategy. It gives you control without appearing controlling. In a world obsessed with dominance, the one who masters subtlety becomes a ghost in the game. Unseen, unpredictable, unbeatable. Sun Tzu's advice isn't about deception for evil. It's about winning without fighting. He believed the greatest victory is the one won without battle, and appearing weak is often the first step to making that possible. By appearing weak, you diffuse conflict. You avoid unnecessary battles. You let others burn themselves out while you wait in silence preparing. Think of the bamboo. It bends in the wind but never breaks. To the storm, it appears fragile, yet it survives while the oak snaps. That's the essence of this strategy. Flexibility, patience, precision. Even in personal growth, this principle applies. When life pushes you down, when you feel unseen or underestimated, good. Let that fuel you. Let the world think you're done. Because while they look away, you build. You sharpen your mind. You prepare. And when you rise, they won't see it coming. There's a story about a young warrior who trained in secret after losing everything. He was mocked, ridiculed, dismissed. But he didn't defend himself. He let the world think he was finished. Then one day, he challenged the very man who ruined him. And with calm precision, he won. Not because he fought harder, but because he waited, trained, and appeared weak until the moment was right. Appearing weak is not about weakness. It's about leverage. It's about timing. It's about seeing 10 steps ahead while your enemy is distracted by your shadow. And so the next time you're in a situation where you feel outmatched, outnumbered, or outpowered, remember Sun Tzu. Smile, step back, observe, make yourself invisible, and let them make the first move. Because the one who appears weak is often the one who walks away undefeated. This is the secret of Sun Tzu. This is how to be invincible, by appearing weak. And now that you know it, use it wisely. In the right hands, it's not just a tactic, it's an art.